Can y'all hear me? Okay, I can hear myself, so I guess you can hear me. Hey, you guys. Um, it's been a long time since I've done StreamYard. I don't even have an account anymore. That's why it's got the little you know, ghetto logo in the corner. Okay. I'm glad you're gonna. Hi. It's good to see y'all. I'm well. And I hope that you guys are well. I wanted to come to the place, the scene of the crime, you guys, because your girl done apparently stepped in it. So I'm returning to the scene of the crime, which is my garden. Um, I think that we need to get some business clear, or some business I would like to get clear. Um, I have my sources that say that folks are thinking that I'm making some, I don't know, some kind of comeback, some kind of new grift. Um, People, I don't know, there's like talk, chit chat about the pink pills coming back. I guess that is a really bad thing, apparently. It's really bad. I don't know why. I wish all of the female content creators that I once shared space with well. Hope they're doing well. I hope they are happy and healthy and thriving in their lives like I am. You guys, I just got engaged. He's in the chat. I should make you a mod. Sweetie. Just got happily engaged. I guess it's about 3 weeks ago. So, life is good. Life is good. I'm living in a new house, and I'm very happy. He's very, very good to me. He is indeed a high value man, and I want to give my heartfelt apologies to all the people out there who have been able to say that the pink pill is a failed swirler. I'm so sorry that you can no longer call me that. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry and sincere about that. You could just go back to calling me a bad wench or something. You could do that. You could call me. You could go back to calling me bad wench. So why I've been spotty, I think I should start there. I think I should start like where I am. Like, is this a grift? Am I going into politics? Am I trying to be a political commentator? Is this like a new thing that I'm doing? I want to address all of those things, but I want to just go on a personal thing first. And then I'll go wider to women as a community that I'm part of, to the politics, which just kind of interweaves with everything. So the reason why I left when it was a few years ago, where I stopped doing regular content. I saw some changes in just the space in terms of what women were now interested in discussing, like the things that they were wanting to talk about, and the content creators they were flocking to. And I'll just say that the things that certain content creators, and I respect anybody who's been able to gather a following and get attention. This space is like very, very competitive. So kudos to anybody who can get a captured audience. But their messaging just it didn't coincide and jive with me. Like, it just didn't. it went away from what I teach and what I coach and what my life experiences are. It to me, and this is my opinion, to me it seemed more mercenary. It seemed harder, um, angrier. Um, the conversations went from, hey, let's cultivate ourselves and be the best version of ourselves so we can meet really nice men, regardless of race, color, and creed, and have a nice life. Like, just everybody kind of, nice people meeting nice people and everybody kind of getting along. And when it came to things that, when the soft life stuff came into, and then it was, I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend, and it was, how to get over it. It just became increasingly um, more aggressive, more angry, and I just couldn't. I don't. You guys talk about a change up or a grift. Like, I didn't have it in me to do it, and it's not because I don't meet high value men. It's not because I don't know how to meet men who will be nice to me and buy me things and that have money. All of those things are true, but the way in which the information and coaching that was given was just against kind of my own principles. Um, and I say that with respect to the people who have been able to grow their following. It is an accomplishment, but just for me, it just didn't sit right with me. Trying to teach people how to be, I don't know, mercenary. And I understand that women want to take this time and space to like focus on themselves. And I think you should do that. But in the midst of you focusing on yourself, um, if you think that the answer is to, that good things are going to happen to you if you uh, deceive people, if you hurt people, if you if you just want to be a generally crappy person and want a man, you want a man who has money and power and status and respect to give everything, but the message was, I don't have to give anything, I just need to show up. And this was confusing for me because that's not how it happens for me. That's never happened for me. Like, I've always had to be a nice person. I always had to be genuinely interested in the person, interested in what they, see if we have commonalities in our interests, see if we get along, see if there's attraction. If I like them, we fall in love. They give and do for me, and I give and do for them. It's not the same. It's never the same. We are two different people, but what we offer to each other complements. And so you guys just didn't sit with me, but you guys are grown and you can do what you want to do, and you got to take the path that you feel like you need to go at the time and make those decisions and see how things work out. That's a path that I think, you got to try things. You got to try different things and see what works. But from a karmic perspective, from my perspective, it just wasn't something that I felt comfortable with. And it's not even anything that I do. And I don't want to be revealing a lot of things about my relationship, because I know that people love to exploit that stuff. But I'm engaged to. Uh, maybe this is important for me to say. In terms of grifting, I can assure you that's not true, and I can tell you why that's not true. Because I'm being provided for by my fiance. I do not have to work a job, not like that. He's been very successful. He's very good to me. And in return, I'm very good to him. Yes, I cook. Yes, I clean. Yes, I do his laundry. Yes, I do the gardening. I do all of that stuff and I like it. I like it. I know that's not fashionable to say anymore. It's not fashionable to say that you like doing things for your partner because we're supposed to be all hating each other. Like we're all supposed to just be finding each other completely disgusting. And I still think I'm a normal person. Like I would like to know how many normal people are listening right now, because isn't it normal to not think that every single member of the opposite sex is evil, dangerous, a rapist, uh, a Republican? Like, is it? I mean, is that the common thing now? Is that where we are? Because to me, it's normal to want to have a relationship and be hopeful and go in with an open heart. And I do understand, however, that women have been hurt and women are trying their best to protect themselves. And men too are trying their best to protect themselves. And I got to just tell y'all that you're doing a terrible job of it, because you guys are nobody is gaining ground really in the gender war. Both people are suffering in different ways. Now, for the people who are like polarized on one side or the other, I okay. But for the people in the middle, the people like me, who I think that there are people like me, like normal people in the middle that still want relationships with men, I don't know how productive it is to be so mean to an entire group of people that you ultimately want to have relationships with, if you want to have a relationship. I know a lot of you don't, and that's okay too. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So this is a normal thing, and it feels abnormal, at least on social media, because it's like what I said in my last video. It's like kindergarten, y'all. It's like we are in the schoolyard, and your little friend said, "I like Billy," and you said, "Ew, a boy." And little Jimmy said to little Greggy, "I like her." Ew, you like a girl. Like, do you guys realize that is literally kind of how it is? Like, I think guys are nice. Ew, boys. I think ladies are nice. Ew, girl. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, we here, really? We're here. Okay, we're here. Okay, we're here. So when I did my last video, it was the New York Times article. It was shocking to me because the New York Times is definitively progressive. And to see something like I saw in the New York Times in the modern love section, that's something that I would have thought I would see in the Washington Examiner, with a headline that says, "Where are all the men? Please come back." I was like, what? And I opened the video with saying, are we ready to talk about this now? Like, are we ready to have the discussion? Because if, by golly, the New York Times is ready to have the discussion, why not us? Why not us? Let's have a discussion. And this dovetails into my politics, right? So people are saying that, Crystalline has just become this, right-wing crazy person, MAGA, this, that, and the other. Uh, y'all, I didn't even vote. I didn't even vote. I live in California. I didn't have to vote. You know why I didn't have to vote. But even if I lived in a state where, it could have gone either way, like in a swing state, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have confidence with either one of the candidates. We had one that had been appointed, and we had another one that was back because the Democrats had gotten so insufferable that this man, who I would have never thought would be reelected and brought back to office, the man who in 2016 who got elected, I wept ugly tears like an ugly baby. You know them ugly babies when they cry, like that was me, the ugly baby cry. And I'm just like, what is happening here? Where the other guys are so far off the rails that this guy has an opportunity to come back and win. And the reason why, I think, is because the Democrats had lost the plot. In the same way you guys think I've lost the plot. I mean, I actually decided to do this live video so you guys didn't think I was being like held hostage by my talking points. But you guys, the fact of the matter is my channel has never really been political. It was like relationships focused. We didn't get into politics that much. Since COVID, everybody's gotten real political. I know everybody's stressed out. It's chaotic. It's stressful. Everybody is stressed out. But we just got to be honest. Trump got in office because the Democrats stunk so bad that people were willing to let the guy have a chance. And how did we get here? How did that happen? And how it happened was the reason why I decided to start speaking up about how far I think we've gone in female spaces, talking about and discussing things. I think that, years back, it was kind of cutesy to, troll a little bit, just a little bit of fuck shit, just a little bit. And then, whatever. But now it is a lot of fuck shit. And it's like everybody is trying to outdo the other. They're all clamoring for attention. And the only way that you can get attention in this hyper algorithmic social media nightmare is by being hysterical, by screaming or yelling, by being really angry, or by saying like outrageous things. And you say something outrageous once and you're like, oh yeah, okay, well, I gotta outdo myself. I got to keep doing it. I got to keep doing it because I got to keep the eyeballs on me. So next time I just got to up the ante. And then next time I got to up the ante. And then I just got to keep, and then I just got to keep it more hysterical. I got to keep people outraged. I got to do the rage bait. I got to do, the rage farming or whatever it's called. I got to do all of that. And everybody's doing this. And now we're here. So now we're here with men on one end and women on the other, and both hate each other. They hate each other. I mean, how did we get here? I want to be clearer, though. I wanted to say I'm going to get in on the women, but I got to be clear. Men, y'all started it. There was no question. No, nobody will argue this. Don't talk to me about Oprah. Don't talk to me about Ricky Lake. Don't talk to me about Sally Jesse Raphael. Don't talk to me about those people, okay? Because you see a show one time, right? And it's live television. You don't have reruns. And one bad show is not something that stays on the internet forever, right? So it's one show that maybe might have offended you, but it was one and done. Like I challenge you to try to find some of those of those shows that you guys seem to be so angry about, men who do this are so angry about. Um, you probably can't, because I tried. I tried because I wanted to see. I wanted to be like, what did Oprah ever say to you? What did she do? What did she say? And I was like, I can't say I was a religious Oprah fan, but y'all, I don't remember her saying black men ain't shit. Like, do y'all? Did she say it? And I missed it. I never heard her say that. She's also, has been with a black man for 100 years at this point. So I'm like, what are they talking about? But when the internet hit, and then when YouTube started their partner program, it became incentivized to start saying the most horrible things that women had ever heard men say. Now, the men are alleging, y'all, that these were all barbershop conversations. Like, this is how they talked. This is how we talked. Like, if we were in the barbershop, we would have been mad at them 30 years earlier than we did. Like, that's what they're saying. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time in barbershops, so I can't really say. I can't really vouch for that. But what I can vouch for is seeing a long tail of hateful, horrible content about women and girls for years. And there were a few of us online when it happened. It was like around 20, y'all. Like, I think YouTube started in 2007. I got on 2009. These guys started around 2006, 2007 on YouTube. And it was guys like Rollo Tomasi and Tommy Sotomayor, Sergeant Willie P, like all of these people, 2005. And it was just hate on women. Rollo Tomasi was like, white women, blah. And then black women were like, these bitches, these hoes, these black bitches, these hair-headed hooligans. And I don't know why people don't realize this, but when you do live broadcasts and you say stuff like that, like anybody can hear it. Like anybody, not just the people who you want to hear it, but the people who you don't want to hear it. Or, you shouldn't want little girls that are 7, 8 years old who are Googling or you looking for natural hairstyles, and a hateful He-Man black woman hater puts those tags in his videos, not because he wants to give these little 7 and 8-year-old girls hair tips on twist outs. No, he wants to outrage and traumatize these girls. They do it just to get in the algorithm, to get the attention of black girls and young. So just think about this. This is 2005, and here we are, and it's 2025. It's 20 years later, and I don't think anybody can really be surprised that there are so many women who can't stand y'all. I mean, I can't blame them from what I saw. So, I'm going to caveat this. From what I saw, it went too far. It was hateful. In some cases, it was downright dangerous. I think at least one girl was killed by somebody who was following this content and just kept getting madder and madder at this girl. How dare she sit in the seat in front of me and not notice me? How dare she sit in class and listen to the teacher and not take the notes I'm passing her? How dare she needs to die. Yeah, that happened for real. So So it became dangerous. And so you have women who've grown up seeing this stuff. And so now they're mad at you. They're mad at you. They don't trust you. They're skeptical of you. They've heard you say awful, mean things. Because I don't know if you all realize this, but like other people, like you guys are giving men game. Like you guys are over here in these like manosphere spots, giving men game and saying, okay, this is how you manipulate a woman. Here's how you need to sleep with her really fast. You need to, nag her, tell her that you don't usually date dark skinned girls, but you decided to give you a chance. Like, so did y'all not think women were not gonna respond? Girls who grew up watching that slop were not gonna respond to that kind of hate. They did. It's shocking. Like, damn, women can be vicious when they mad at y'all, man. Hell hath no fury, because man, y'all are really mad. So I did that whole preamble. Oh, hey, Karma Meets World. I did that whole preamble. Can you tell the girls that I'm live in the private group, if you don't mind? I meant to, but then my old behind forgot. So that leads me to, the reason why that I wanted to cover the New York Times article, because as a result of men being more exposed to red pill content, and let me just tell you, there were people like myself who were really, really trying to spare you guys from this. We tried so hard. We had lists. We had, we had lists. We had secret meetings. We were contacting YouTube. We had all our documents. We had time steps. We were trying to protect y'all. Okay. We tried so hard. And nobody listened. Nobody. It was like, oh, it's just those guys over there on the corner, on the corner of the internet, and the dark side of the internet. It's just the internet. That's it. That's just the internet. How many of you guys have gone on a dating app and some guy has opened with, I'm a high value man? Just come on, somebody, anybody, because that happens. It's just gonna be on the internet though. No, you hear it everywhere. It's ubiquitous. 2016, that's when people really started paying attention to red pill content. That was when the red pill documentary came out. And that was also when Donald Trump was first elected, and I did the ugly baby cry. And that's when people were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? This new faction on the internet, red pill. I'm like, oh, you show up. Okay. All right. Yes, we found this. We have breaking news and an emerging group. That's funny. An emerging group. Oh, okay. All right. They've been here a decade, but okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. No. Yep. Okay. All right. We broke the story. Nobody knew about this. No, we all knew about it, and it was terrible. And now everybody knows. It's a household name, and women have rightly taken their revenge. Again, hell has no fury. But you guys have to understand that there's some other elements that are going on here, because it's risen to the point where it's not enough to get your lick back, right? It's not enough to get your lick back. It's got to be scorched earth. Like I will not say some, I will say all of you, like all of you. And it's that there's this gravitation to more and more extreme angry content is to, you know, get you riled up, get you angry, go somewhere so you can get into a virtual room and just be angry all the time, like angry all the time, right? It's not a good look, and it's not. It's not like it's just not. It's giving unhinged at this point. So I just had to say something. So you guys, let me be very clear about, is Crystalline a feminist? Because people were like, I'm never coming to this channel again after today. Oh my God, you're MAGA now. Where's your red hat? And I was like, okay, let me just be clear. I'm first, second wave feminism. Yes. Let me be clear. I shouldn't have to explain this. Truly, I shouldn't have to explain this, because you guys have literally seen me reap the benefits of feminism. Being able to choose, work when I want to, build a business, a successful business. Why would I take that away from me? I got 3 daughters. This is not the time and the place for women to not be empowered to have skills and education. So that is not the place that I am. All right. Education, skills, equal pay, equal job for the equal job. Bank accounts, voting, no beating on women, and be legal, no raping of women. Yes, we're not going to do that. Yes. So far, I agree. I agree. Sexual autonomy. Yes, I agree. I agree with all of it. But then it has gotten weird, y'all. It's gotten weird. It's gotten to do y'all go on TikTok and see the stuff? Like, it's crazy. You got women yelling, saying like, I'm a, I don't know, like just saying they like throwing around getting abortions if the child is a boy. It's giving weird and unhinged. It's giving that y'all have submitted to allowing for angry autistic people to have the mic. It's giving that that's happening, and you guys are just a lot of you guys are going with people who sound like they know what they're talking about, right? Because when you know a little bit about something, you think you know a lot. You think you have enough to know where you can speak about it in confidence. But as you like get deeper in whatever it is you're trying to learn and know and grow about, you will realize that the more you know, the less confident you will be, especially if you're like in the middle there. You're learning, you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your niece, whatever it is, or you're mastering your skill. You're going to be insecure, and then you will get that confidence again when you become expert. There are a lot of people, in my opinion, who have been able to sound really smart and really like they know what they're saying, because they can say the most awesome stuff in a minute. In a minute, they can give you a read. They can make the whole world make sense. They can make the whole world make sense in 1 minute, 60 seconds, maybe 58. And I was just at VidCon, you guys, a few weeks ago. And the people who work for YouTube and the people who like work with creators, they said, we're having the hardest time getting short form people to be able to extrapolate into long form content. People who specialize in short form cannot do long form. You know what that tells me? So you can give me the meaning of the universe. You can explain to me, how the parallel universes work, and like how many blades of grass are on my lawn. Like, you know, you just know everything. It's just gotten a little bit too much. It's gotten a little bit too much. It's gotten a little bit hysterical. And what is happening is that both parties are retreating, because people who I feel are in the middle, who are normal, don't feel comfortable saying, you know, I don't agree, or, you know, yeah, guys can do some fuck shit. I agree. Yeah. Girls can do some fuck shit. Yeah, I agree. But I still like them. I don't want them all to burn in a fiery a fiery crash off of a cliff. You know, I don't want them to do that. But anyways, going back from short form to long form, you have people who can sort of dominate conversations and give you the meaning to life. But then when it's time for you to have a longer conversation where they have to flesh their ideas out, that they have to defend their positions, then it is more difficult to do so. And that tells me something. That tells me that there's not a lot of there. There's not a lot of there. But it's enough to get you guys so mad at each other on both sides that you just absolutely hate each other. Now, I could just say, I got mine, I'm good, because I am, but just doesn't sit right with me to not say anything. And, I'm going to be 52 in 3 days, you guys. I'm going to be 52 in 3 days. And I have in my life have decided that I'm committed to not making the world worse. You know, like from now until I have my final sleep, I'm committed to not participating in making the world worse, making people more angry, more hopeless, more unhappy. That's my commitment to myself. And so while I'm not squeaky clean, I did the little, not the big fuck shit. It's just a different, it's different. People are rudderless, feeling hopeless and not happy. Nobody wants to admit defeat. Nobody wants to come to the table. And so when I did the video and all these women were framing my response to hysterical things that I know everybody has seen at this point on TikTok or YouTube that are just freaking outrageous, by people who feel like they need to up the ante so that they can still continue to get attention, it's getting to the point that you're ready to kill each other. I can't, I feel like somebody's got to come in and say, you're both kind of being retarded. Like, the thing I like about Donald Trump in office, you can say retarded again. Apparently that's what the gamers are saying. You can say that. It's a little tarded, you guys. It's a little autistic. It's a little strange to be so mad and so worked up, and then demand that your brethren or sisterin join you in your fast, your famine of no relationships with the opposite sex. Your he-man woman haters club, and your she-woman he-man haters club. And everybody's got to be in this group, and everybody's got to agree. Everybody's got to get along. We all, none of us can diverge. And people who kind of are in the middle, I feel, are normal, don't feel like there's any space for them to just say normal things and do normal things. And it's messing the game up for everybody, because not everybody, if you are an extremist on either side, you are messing up the game for everybody. And then I would have to ask you, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you committed to every day trying to get your community in a rage? And still hating and still being in that place? Like, what are you getting out of it? Like, what is the benefit for people who do this? But I also want to know, for people who participate in that, what are you getting from the rage being fed? Again, all of it, just years and years and years of it, until you literally hate, until you can't even stand for a man to give you eye contact, where you get into your car, you turn on your camera, you put on TikTok and say, I literally break out in hives when a man gives me eye contact, and you start screaming at the top of your lungs. Or when Donald Trump is elected, you turn your camera on in your dirty bathroom, and we can see your panties hanging off of the shower rod. You should have put those things down, girl. Check the back. Always check the back. You put your camera on so you could show us how you were going to shave your head so no man would ever talk to you again. That's retarded, y'all. It's hysterical. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. To me, it's not something I respect. It's not something I respect when women buy into things that are against their own best interest. So when, in regards to feminism, I've made it clear what my position is on feminism and where I stand and what my position is. However, here is something that's really important that you guys need to be cognizant of. When you have a political party who is trying to make you abdicate who you are, the essence of who you are, the very definition of who you are, and gaslight you and say it's no big deal. When they say being a woman is fluid, and you're out here clapping like seals saying, yes, 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 we all don't have any idea what we are. I mean, yes, we were born in these bodies, and yes, we have these things, and a few of us have had kids, but who can be sure? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think, Becky, what do you think? If y'all don't stop, like, somebody needs to be slapped. You gotta fight. You guys aren't even willing to fight for the definition of what it is to be a woman. You've been so gaslit that you are willing to abdicate what it means to be who you are, just so other people can feel comfortable. But you know what they are not doing? And this is what's crazy. And this is why I had to say, you know what? But I don't know what's going on with feminism, but I don't know. I'll come back in maybe a half a decade, and maybe we'll see where we are. But like right now, we need a break. We need a break, because if you are trying to sell us progressiveness and inclusiveness, but women got to give up the definition of who they are, but men don't. What? So we all have to wring our hands about what a woman is. And this man over here ain't got, nobody's asking him. Nobody's asking him. Nobody's saying anybody can be a man. Nobody did that. And that's real sexist. That's misogynistic. Like, literally, you are ready to rewrite law books and everything, just erase women in the name of inclusion, and sacrifice yourself for inclusion. And they're not asking for that dude over there to do that. What? Why are you not asking him what a man is? And y'all don't think that is sexist at all. Like, y'all, 2 and 2 still equal 4. That's sexist. I'm sorry, it is. So when I saw that we we couldn't even fight for the definition of our own name and who we are, I felt like we something is going on here. And while I am pro-choice, firmly pro-choice, no question, will always vote that way, I think that it goes beyond a little bit of the pale. Like, it goes past the pale, the bucket, the reservoir. If you trying to have an abortion when you 9 months old and that baby's about to fall out of you. Now, if you're going to die, that's a different story. But I'm just saying, you just like, be reasonable here. Don't be tarded. Listen, I've had 4 kids, and I guarantee you by your second trimester, you know you're pregnant. Trust me. Trust me, you'll know. And it's just gotten gross. It's something that should be a private thing. Just a few days ago, there was a podcast, 2 white ladies where this woman was redoing Frank Sinatra's My Way, and she was like, abortions, I've had a few, but then again, I don't know how many. What? And they're like, I think I've had 5. Oh, I think I've had 5. Oh, goody. Oh, we're abortion twinsies. We're abortion twinsies. I'm just so glad we're just able to talk about these things without any shame. Becky, I'm so glad. Yes, it is so good to be able to say that we have had 10 abortions between us. We have killed 10 people. It feels so good to be able to say that proudly. Y'all, that's retarded. Why are we doing that? Why does everything have to be so extreme? Why can't we just have our abortions in privacy at reasonable time? Why not we just use the 20 other forms of birth control and not have our cervix, forced open with forceps every time we make a mistake? Like, sis, every time. 1, okay. 2, okay. 3, 4, 5, I'm out. I'm out after that. There's something not right here. You know by now how babies are brought into the world. And then she went on to say, I just thought it was so sweet that the guy who got me pregnant paid for my abortion. It was so romantic. And it's the same thing in the article. Like, you guys have lowered the bar so far for women who want to have a decent guy. Like, this kind of stuff is not I don't know. It's like, and I don't really see it that much in us, like Black women, that much. It's there, but it's really there in other groups. I love you, baby. I love you, and this is not a knock on, but some white women are they're kind of crazy with it. They are wanting to be edgy. They think it's cool to say these shocking things. Again, I'm going back to the beginning of wanting their viral moment. And just keep in mind, every time there's a viral moment, we all have to, that the bar gets a little bit higher of the outrageous stuff that people are saying, because there is no cap to it. It's like, you can't just say what you said that made you go viral 6 months ago, because there have been millions of viral moments, or there's been thousands of viral moments since then, and you got to make it your way through the noise, and you got to say something else more outrageous and something else more outrageous. And it's like, it's to be edgy, but it's not even. It's to get the attention from other women. And I see that it's like, and other women are following this. Is some people laugh at it and they think it's funny. Some of it is funny, I'm not even gonna lie, but some of it is crazy. And then you just got to think about the people who just don't know anything. Like, just think about like kids who just have no guidance at all about relationships. You know, they might have been on lockdown for like 2 years of their school. They might be like socially awkward, maybe not really knowing how to talk to people. And the internet has always been there, it's always been present. And I don't know, y'all are raising y'all kids on iPads these days. So where else are they supposed to go to find out anything about relationships? You know, this is a normal part of the development, where, you know, you go through puberty and you start looking around. You know what I mean? You start like depending on what you like, you start looking around. And you know, people who are young and don't know any better and don't have any guidance are being pulled one way to the other, in one direction to the other, with the most outrageous and hysterical content, with people who just don't really care how crazy and insane they sound, only to get the attention. And they do not care that it's making the world worse. You know, like, why do you want to make the world worse? What is going on here? Is somebody like sorry, y'all. It was like one little swipe, and it all disappeared. So yeah, I mean, it's just more and more like outrageous. It's more and more outrageous. Like, how can I get the attention? And you are putting this stuff in people's minds. You're putting this poison in people's minds, and I think it's evil to do. I think it's a very evil thing to do to people who are impressionable, who don't know that this is a game, that they don't know that you don't really mean it, or that you just trolling, or you're just rage baiting and rage farming so you can get clicks and views. They might just be believing you. They might just think this is how it's supposed to be. Or the other side might be like, well, if they hate me so much, then maybe I just don't even bother. You know, I'm just going to sit this one out. And so that's where a lot of men are right now, because they feel like they don't know what is right and proper to do, because there was somebody on TikTok recording them, you know, doing creep alerts. And some of these men are just minding their own business. But I've seen women, you know, humiliate their dates, their longtime boyfriends, and even their husbands, and just to have other women approval, because it's really for other women. Like, you just like, why are you doing that? Why do you have so much contempt? I don't understand. Why would you go to the internet to humiliate your partner? I mean, if you can't stand him that much, y'all need to have a conversation, and we don't need to be involved with it. We don't need to see what's going on with you from TikTok. We don't need to know that. How do you think, you know, how do you think that makes somebody feel? Because listen, I know that there's a lot of, this is the me age. Like, this is the age of woman, and it is all about me, and I am doing me, and I'm working on myself, and it's me, my E-I-E-I-O. Me, mo, me, my mo. Me. Did I mention me? And so everything is surrounded, it's so individualistic. It's all about this is what I'm going to do now, and I'm doing me. And it's so selfish. Like, nobody told you not to focus on yourself. Girl, focus on yourself. Be the best version of yourself. But some of y'all are just, is like bordering on self-obsession. Like, y'all are y'all licking yourselves like kittens? I don't know. Like, y'all, I mean, that's how, that's kind of where you go. You guys need to look up Mouse Utopia. I'm not going to get into it, but we are right now in Mouse Utopia. If you are curious at all, look it up. It will terrify you, absolutely terrify you. But this is not the time for me to go through, because it make me have to explain it. But we're right now going through this, and that's why everybody hates each other. And if this doesn't stop, like, literally, everybody's gonna die. Like, nobody's going to be here. Nobody's gonna be here. Now, I've had my kids. I got my man. This is not about me. I'm not trying to get women to do what I want them to do. You do what you want to do. You absolutely do what you want to do. But again, there are some people in the middle who do not, they do not feel comfortable being able to just say, I just want a nice relationship. Everything has to be so chaotic and, this way, that way, this way, that way. And women have just become mean, which is another reason why I left for a while, because it was one thing to like be harassed by the men. Like, okay, I get it. I see you don't like what I have to say. That's fine. It's cool. But when the women got so mean, just mean, like some of y'all really need to look inward and ask yourself, why am I so mean? What is wrong with me? Why am I so mean to other girls? Why do I not like girls? And I have no idea why I don't like them, but something about them breathing different air, that's different from mine, just incenses me. I hate her. She needs to die. She needs to die because she's breathing a little bit better air than I am. Some of y'all need to be asking yourselves, why am I so mean? Because some of y'all are so mean. And what I also didn't realize, and I'm just going to say this, is that I did not realize, blind spot, how effing jealous some of you broads are. I never think of it that way. I always internalize it when people are mean to me. I don't know if I think it's just a thing that's been embedded in me, to be like, why on earth would anybody be jealous? But y'all are. Like, some of y'all are just really jealous and hateful. And then you do the whole relational aggression thing. So a relational aggression is the way in which women bully each other. I did a series of events, and I did some stuff in courses about relational aggression. So the way that women bully each other is that they spread rumors, they ice women out, they talk about them behind their back, they systematically work to ruin their reputation. They systematically work to ruin their reputation, and they are like the Terminator, and they will not stop until they are done. And then they recruit other women to also destroy you, to utterly kill you. And women are like, we are the better sex, but if we don't like you, we will kill you. Oh, come give me a hug while I stab you in the back. I have a low battery, so I'm not leaving you, but I'm gonna I gotta like plug myself in. Hold on a second. This camera is weird. It's like it's an AI camera and it follows me everywhere. So I gotta turn it off for a second. Y'all need to be seeing my house. Y'all need to be seeing all up in my house. Hold on. Yeah, so relational aggression is the way in which we get at each other. And the thing is that I knew this, y'all. I knew this. I was teaching this. But the blind spot for me was I couldn't really believe that, I don't know, it's weird that I would be worthy, if I'm gonna be honest. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, like to be worthy of that kind of hate, that I would be important enough to a person that they would want to ruin my entire life and my first, second, third, and fourth born. Hold on. I just didn't think it was like that. I didn't think I would be that important for people to want to do that. So I didn't accept it. Like people would say it to me and I would be like, no, that's not it. That's not it. And it was. Yeah, some of y'all are some jealous, hateful ass broads. Y'all are mean. You're bullies. You need help with your anger. Why are you so mad at me? Because I breathe Temecula air. I breathe Temecula air, and that is the worst thing in the world. Hold on. Now this camera's being funny. So anyway, it took me, I don't know, ages and ages and ages, a dog's age to figure out that that's what it was, because I didn't think enough of myself, y'all, to think I would be worthy of being jealous of in the first place. I mean, we're all about authenticity now, right? So I can be honest. This light is so yellow. I look like a pumpkin. I look orange. Hold on. Let me see. I have other thoughts. Just hold on. I just keep getting message. So yeah, just the meanness, like just seeing women be so mean to each other, be mean to me, be mean to each other. I think this is a good time to tell you guys something that you need to, I won't say you need to. I'm not trying to give you advice. I am, but I'm trying to package it in a way that it doesn't sound like I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm not your mama. I have no interest on whether you obey me or not. But I think that there's 3 things that you guys have got to keep in mind, especially navigating women's spaces. With all of the social media noise out there, there's 3 things, but I also want to just remind you guys to remember the Latin term cui bono. Always look for who benefits from your anger, from your outrage, from you doing something or not doing something. Ask who benefits. Do you benefit from it, or does somebody else benefit? You guys, I know I look naked because I am not naked, okay? I'm not. I don't want to see clips saying Crystalline is naked. I'm not naked. Okay? Don't be weird. And do you benefit? Like, do you benefit from the anger that you have? Meaning, is your life better? Are you richer? Are you making more money? Do you have more friends? If the answer is no, then call 1-800. Stop being retarded. I'm sorry. Like, it took me a long time to be able to laugh about this stuff. Like, I promised myself that when I was going to address this, I wasn't going to do it without a hint of, like, sober as a judge and not a hint of any kind of anger or anything. So it took me this long to just be like, okay, I'm ready. So I don't mean to be glib. So ask yourself who benefits. The first thing I want you to say in addition to that is think critically, you guys. Thinking critically is going to save your life for the world in which we are about to embark. Like, if you guys are not aware because you're too busy doing your 4 hours of screen time a day, scrolling through rage talk, and AI is about to completely change how the way we work, the way we interact, the jobs that we have. This will be as completely, what do they call that? What is it when it's an industry, they call it something. They call it disruptor. It will be probably the biggest disruptor since, like, the car. Maybe even worse, because at least you still needed people. When you didn't have the horses, you still needed the people. You needed less horses, but you still needed the people. Now they don't even need people. Now, AI white collar jobs. These jobs, oops, sorry, y'all. That was the camera. Sorry. These jobs are quickly being gobbled up by AI. These are the jobs that when you get out of college, these entry-level jobs that are normally right there for the taking when you graduate from college, and you have your entry-level job where you cut your teeth, where you're around higher ups, you are trained by a manager, you have the opportunity to network with people, you have an opportunity to build your skills, allow for your supervisor to see how good you are at the job, get yourself a mentor and get yourself a sponsor, and make those valuable connections so that you can build yourself up into that company. And those white collar jobs are gone. They are going away. And they're starting with customer service. I mean, obviously, we will never, ever, ever, ever talk to a human again. And AI lies. So even if you say, I think you're AI, are you AI? It'll be like, no, I'm not AI, because AI lies. By 2030, they are, shoot, my beats just went out. I didn't need them anyway because nobody was talking to me. That was weird. I need to have that in my ear anyway. By 2030, they're estimating 40 to 60% of jobs as we know it are going to be gone. Poof. It is important more than ever to critically think. You are about to have very realistic things coming across your feed that are going to seem authentic, are going to seem legit, and they're not going to be. And it will look real. You will swear that it's real. You get ready for crimes. that you could never even fathom. Imagine AI calls you on the phone and it sounds like your kid. And they say, Mom, I've been kidnapped. These people have me, and if you don't give me, if you don't cash app them their rent money because they got fired by an AI chatbot to replace them, they're going to, and they can do that right now. They can take your voice, they can take my voice, they can take your kid's voice, and they can do that right now. So it is very important to think critically. It's very important to take a beat. And here's something that I learned when I was in college. I went to Loyola Marymount University. I was a communication studies major. I do not remember a lot of what I learned in my classes, but what I did learn from the Jesuits was critical thinking. Every single professor reminded us one way or another that we were to challenge our beliefs, and we were to challenge the people who teach us. So if somebody is instructing you, they are giving you ideas, they are proffering theories, it is your duty to yourself to question the person who is teaching you things, and that person is never so high that they are not to be questioned, because it is, again, incumbent upon you to make the best decisions that you can make. It is your responsibility to do that work, to question the person, even question me. Question your ideas. Question what you believe regularly. I am going to tell you why that is important to do. 2 reasons. The first reason is, if you challenge your beliefs, you have a belief system, all right? Whatever it is. I could say something obnoxious, but I'll save that for later. And you are confident in it. You allow for it to be held up to scrutiny. You allow for the debate on the other side. And if you are resolved, if you are firm in your beliefs and you can stand behind them and they are not in error, then you can go even harder in your resolve if you allow for your beliefs to be scrutinized. If by chance you challenge your beliefs and you find that you are in error, is also a win for you. Why is it a win for you? Because you're not out here being stupid, saying stupid things, saying stuff wrong that's incorrect, looking like a dummy, acting like a donkey, because you've allowed for your position to be challenged. You found some adjustments. Maybe you adjust, or maybe you think a totally different way. You have to critically think. It is important. If you hate my guts for everything else, please set aside your burning fury and just take that. Take that, because you are going to need it. And I say that with all the sincerity that I can muster right now. The second thing I want to say to you guys is that we live in crazy times. I mean, truly insane. I mean, we are a science experiment. We are a live science. Ever since COVID, I'm sure like the research labs have just been teeming with all these studies about how insane we are all getting. We are all becoming very, very insane. And you know what? Something you need to know, we women need to know about ourselves. Women, because of the way our brains are wired, are more susceptible to what we call social contagion. You guys know what a social contagion is. I can name you 3 last week that just happened. I could name you 4 that just happened today. It's a pandemic of social contagions right now. And women, because it taps into our empathy centers of our brain, the way that we think, we tend to be more susceptible to social contagion, being swept up in ideas, being swept up in new ways of thinking, or if it's a hysteria, whatever, it could be a trend. We as women are more susceptible to that just by our brain wiring. And the final thing that I want to tell you guys in this cluster of things, I mean, there's more that I want to tell you, but in this final thing, I want to say this. Women and friendships are tricky. Friend groups are tricky. So say you have started to activate your critical thinking skills and you start looking around you and you notice that your friends are still on the wavelength on an idea that you've challenged and you've now adjusted. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. Sorry, my camera froze. So I want to make sure you guys can see me. Steve, can you see me? Because my camera froze. Nope. Let me see what's going on here. Connect. Hold on, y'all. This is a good camera. I swear it is. It's just being weird right now. Please directly. It is plugged in. What are you talking about? Okay, I think we're connected now. Let me just double check the camera on the console. Okay, that works. And I think we are back. All right, so now you've had some adjustments in your beliefs because you've allowed for them to go under scrutiny. And do not be surprised if you go to your group, whether it be in real life or digitally. More than likely, it will probably be digitally. That when you say to others, well, I kind of, was thinking about this, and I was wondering, what do you guys think about like a little bit adjustment on our idea about this, because I've got some new information. Do not be surprised if the women turn on you. I'm going to explain the dynamic of that. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out women in particular, even though I'm a woman, but the things that we do, trying to name it and understand it, because it's so peculiar to me. But in friend circles, it is very important for group cohesion to happen, and everybody has to kind of think the same. Like we all got to have kind of the same mind. And if you guys are all on this and in this together, any sort of deviation from that will feel like a betrayal. So the other women in your group will feel like you are betraying them. That's what happened to me today. So I did my video on the New York Times article, and I'm not sure what exactly the part of the video that was so offensive, but it was enough that I was kicked out of the circle. These women feel like I have betrayed them. That is normal female behavior. So when you think about all of that as you're just navigating your life, understand this. If you're 35 right now, I bet you think very differently about the world and the people in it than you did when you were 25. I think you were doubly thought different when you were 15 about the world and the people in it. You're 35 when in 10 years, when you're 45, I guarantee you your evolution of what you think of the world and the people in it will continue to evolve. We continue to evolve and we continue to change. We refine our thought processes. We correct faulty thinking. Sometimes we get old and bitter, or sometimes we get old and healed. Either way, be glad to get old, is the first thing. But you are going to grow, and you are going to change your mind. And the way that you feel right now, just think about where you were when you were 25 and when you were 15, and what you thought about the world and the people in it. And understand that that is a very malleable thing. And then you combine that with whatever external forces out there that will influence how you manage your life. So I would just say, if I could offer that bit of advice, I will tell you what I tell my kids. It may not be something that you want to hear right now, but just put it in the back of your head, just like a seed. And if the ground is fertile, it will sprout when it's ready. If not, it won't. Just keep it in the back of your mind. You may need it. You may need to remember this moment, and just keep it back there. So being kicked out of the cool girl circle for the 11th time as a content creator and as a pink pill doesn't quite have the sting that it used to, but I think it's important that people understand that I haven't changed my political beliefs. I haven't changed my political mentality at all. Y'all, it left me. I did not leave the Democratic Party. It left me. I'm back in 2008 when we were still cool, and we were still going outside, and we still all kind of liked each other, and Obama was cool, and we weren't struggling over the definition of a woman, and we weren't fighting over what kids get to read and who gets to read it too. We weren't at each other's throats. We weren't trying to, give away the store to people who are not even from this country. I want y'all to know that back in the day, Democrats were like, we do not want these borders open, right? We want these. But it is the rich Republicans that want these borders wide open so they can have that cheap labor, and they're just evil, and they want to drive down. I mean, I'm doing my Bernie Sanders voice. They want to drive down the American. They want to drive down the American race, hard-working blue-collar people. They want to do this. We cannot allow the illegals. We cannot allow the illegals in this country, because we are a country, we are sovereign nations, and we should not allow for this to happen. I didn't leave the party left me. I am the same. Y'all have changed. And so now that does not automatically mean that I'm a Republican. I'm a registered independent. And again, I didn't vote this time because I didn't feel comfortable voting for either party. And I don't care who hears it. I don't care who's mad. Okay, I am not going to vote for the most important job because you want to feel good about your identity. That you want to have warm and fuzzy feelings because of identity. I am not willing to do that. Not to a party who will say to me, and somebody actually said this to me last night. A progressive person on Clubhouse actually said to me, how do you feel about how your vote is risking the life of your family? You're not voting. It's literally risking. This kind of shit, y'all, cannot stand. You cannot allow for your emotions to be manipulated like that. That is the most evil, feminine kind of emotion, kind of manipulation to do. And I say feminine, and this person was a man. Okay, it is giving real feminine energy when you say as sweetly as you can, how does it feel to know that you might have risked the lives of your children because of the way you voted? You guys are assholes. I'm not saying all of y'all, but people who say that stuff, yeah, you're an asshole. You are. It's very manipulative. And I will not be spoken to like that. I won't be spoken to like that. I'm a grown ass woman. You will not speak to me like you are the hall monitor. You are not going to speak to me like that. Not when all you have is a whistle. No, you do not get to manipulate me like that. And I hope that you will not allow for people to manipulate you. That is the most hyperbolic, insane. Fight me right now if that is not the most hyperbolic type of manipulation, the most evil kind of thing to say to somebody to get them to do something you want them to do. Fight me right now, because I'm willing to challenge my beliefs. So if anybody wants to come up here to this stage and justify guilting somebody for not voting and saying that I'm basically risking the lives of my children, or I'm killing my children, or what? This should be not tolerated. And I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, you are not going to gaslight me like that. You are not going to put me in the crazy. You are not going to control me through guilt. You are not going to weaponize my empathy. And when that happened, I said, I gotta go. Can I ask you guys right now in the chat, have I said anything that is so outrageous and crazy? I would really like to know. I really like to know, like, are we vibing with each other? Like, are you getting it? Am I sounding like I'm making sense? Are you guys processing the things that I'm saying? Can you relate? Or, am I alone in this? Sometimes I do feel like I'm alone with this. Okay. I just want us to return to like what's normal. Like, do you guys remember how nice it was when we were all kind of more normal? When we were all kind of a little bit more relaxed? We all had a little bit more patience and tolerance for each other. We allowed for differences of opinion without people needing to, not to just, I can't, no, I can't even look at this. Is not good for my mental health. I can't, no, la, 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 la. I need to believe what I need to believe. No, la, la, la. Y'all, what are you going to do if you're doing this when the sky falls? And the sky is falling. I mean, it's like all of these changes that are happening, that are imminent. I swear to you, I'm not exaggerating. You're going to be in there. La, 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 la. It's not good. It's not good. We have to be able to hear each other and disagree. I remember when we were able to do that without making the person be a child killer. We used to be able to talk about things without wanting to literally kill the opposition. I am just asking for people to go back to being normal. I don't think it's asking much. Like it feels like yesterday when we were all normal, and now we're just so crazy. And nobody wants to talk to each other, and people are lonely. The men are lonely. The women, y'all say you're not lonely. I don't know. But there were a couple women on the in my comment section who said, this article, which is an essay. It was like the essay. You guys should just take a look at the video when we get off. You should see it. Go take a look at the video and see for yourself. Cause like, I'm trying to figure out where all this energy like came from, because I'm still searching for what I said that was so a betrayal, except for to say, hey guys, I got some new information and I just, can we, oh no, I liked you for 5 years, I've liked you for 15 years, and you saying this, and I can't know, and this is the last time, people, we are done. Y'all, come on. You guys need to relax. Jesus. Just wound up over. So I don't know how y'all don't have adrenal fatigue. It's like you guys are seeking out ways to be pissed off at people. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But it is, because we're both on our corners and we're both doing stupid fuck shit. And you've got people who are making money who just want to keep upping the ante. They want to keep making you angry so that you will buy their t-shirts and coffee mugs. Men, I'm talking to you, because it seems like every red pillar is selling hats, t-shirts, and coffee mugs. So that's what they need for you to keep doing, buying that stuff and staying pissed off at the girls. And you've opted out. So let me just say something really quick about this. The men opting out. I don't see who it benefits, honestly. I really don't. I don't see how it benefits women, because for those women who want to be in relationships, the men who are going to have ambition and drive without having anything that propels them or motivates them, because part of the male brain, you guys, I know everybody is trying to flatten us out. Everybody is trying to blank slate us and make us all the same, but our brains are different, okay? And a man's brain, this is how it works, right? If he's got something to fight for, if he's got something to live and strive for, he will be motivated to do more and be more successful than if he would be when he was just responsible for himself. LH says, is this going over? Christian Pink, did you think you can get? You know what? Y'all ran, that's another thing too. No, I don't know. I don't think so. You guys ran Kendall away. Like, we were talking about it. I was like, the women are so mean, so disrespectful. I mean, you got what you wanted. You guys both wanted us to go away, or at least, people didn't speak up when it happened. She has had enough. No, she's not going to come back. No. She basically told us all to fuck off. And can you really blame her? Like, we were just like, what's up with these women? She was like, they're so, you know how Kendall talks. They're so fucking disrespectful. They're so disrespectful. They know everything. They just talk to me like they just talk to me like they're crazy. Just now, and you like, how are you gonna talk to her? Y'all, she's done. And whatever. Y'all wanted it. And again, the people who were jealous, this relational aggression, please be aware that it exists. Please be aware that when you see women who are trying to spread rumors about other women, try to foment discontent, trying to get you to pick a side, using outright lies, slander, and defamation, anything it takes to get people to your side, understand you are being manipulated by people who are doing this because they're a bunch of bullies. And women are frankly quite good at bullying each other this way. Okay? We've all had this experience, and everybody knows what I'm talking about because everybody's been through it one way or another. So we're just all insane. Everybody needs to be in groups and thinking the same way. And here we are, men who have opted out, who literally don't know what they are supposed to do. And I'm the bad guy because I feel a little bit sorry for him. It's like all of a sudden I'm a pick me because I feel a little bit sorry for the boys and the men. And I'm worried for y'all because the men who are more ambitious, who are going to get their bag regardless of whether they have somebody to live for or not, y'all are all going to want them. Those are the men you're going to want. Even as we rally for equal pay, we want the men to make more money than us. We want equal pay, but he still needs to make more money. I don't know how you're going to do that, but we are in this place where there's no structure. Nobody knows what to do. The men don't know, should I open the door for her or should I not? I mean, should I do this? Should I not? Can I approach or can I not? Like, I don't know what to do and I don't want to end up on TikTok. Like, can you guys have any empathy for anybody else besides yourselves? I mean, I know we are in the me. You know, I know we're in this era right now. But just think about it for a second because it does affect you too. And it's going to affect your kids if you decide to have any. We're fucking this up for them. We're fucking this up for the kids. Like, this is, again, I'm at the place where I'm not trying to make the world worse. And I hope that the people who still stay on my channel can understand and also don't want to make the world worse. Like, if you are with me on that, I appreciate you. If you feel so betrayed because I'm not really on board bragging about having 10 abortions and singing a song about it, even though I'm pro-life. So it's like, I'm pro-life, but I'm saying this is too much. And you say that's a betrayal. So it's not enough for me to agree with you and be on your team. It's that I have to go all the way. I have to be completely pure, or I am the betrayer of womanhood. Do you see how effing insane can we all just collectively just do something like shake ourselves awake? Because this is a freaking nightmare. Everybody needs to freaking wake up. This is crazy. You guys need to stop it. We all know. We all, like, if we were just sit quietly with ourselves for a moment, we will all realize this is some bullshit. We're going to look around like we've been in a daze, because you better believe there are people who are benefiting from this. There are people who are benefiting from this, and it ain't going to be you. It's not going to be you. Men, it's not going to be you. Women, it's not going to be you. I'm not done about talking about the men. So the men are sitting themselves have decided to sit this one out. They're not approaching women anymore, and you know why. And so women are saying, well, men are lonely. Men are lonely. Yes, they're lonely. And you know what? They will sit in it. They will sit in it. Ask Steven. Steven is my fiance. He's in the chat. And he did a whole thing on loneliness. And he was lonely for years. So men can be lonely for years, and they will take it. They will take that pain and they will grit and just bear it. They'll bear it. Because if they're like, nope, this is the decision, or whether I can't or I won't, I don't know if it's a can't, I don't know if it's a won't, but even with the men being lonely, they will still endure sitting it out. They will still do it. You are not going to win this one. You're not. Both parties are going to have to come to the table. I don't even know, because if women come to the table, the men have gotten up and walked away. As women have said, I'm the table, then the men have said, can I please be excused? That was such a good joke. The execution was so close. Can I try it again? You say, I am the table. And he says, may I please be excused? What do you do then? What do? You don't have any leverage. They're willing to suffer anyway. That's how they are responding. That's how they are showing resistance. They have a party, a political party, who has completely demonized them to the point where they have had to invest $20 million of emergency undiscovered Doge funds to find out why all the men don't want to be Democrats. It's so crazy to me. You've been saying I want you guys to hear me out for a second, because I need for this to make sense. You guys need to make this make sense for me. You've had the Democratic Party literally demonize men. Say men. It's all the men's fault. It's all the men's fault. Women, men, ew, you're disgusting. I don't want to have your baby. And they're disgusting. They stink. They broke and all this other stuff. And the Democrats are saying that men have had this and not too long, and you piece of shit, man, stay over there. We need to, I don't care about your 8 years experience. We're going to get this 6-month green girl in here, and we're going to give her double your salary. That's what we're going to do. And then when the election happened and you saw all these men who didn't vote your way after you've been calling them a piece of shit. You've been calling him a piece of shit for the last 4 years. And you surprised. How are you not doing what I say? Why, you piece of shit? I knew you were a piece of shit because you did not do this thing they wanted you to do. One party said they were the devil, and one party said they were welcomed. That's what happened. Y'all were so mean. So mean. And then had the nerve to be mad at the men. Do you understand how that is? It's like, just imagine if it was a woman. It's like, say it's men, and they just beating up on women, just beating up. And then they need you for something. Like marching in the streets or something, Stuff like that. And you say, I'm going to sit this one out. What? How dare you? How dare you? I know I've been calling you a piece of shit for years, but I need for you to do something for me to prove how much you love me, even though I hate you and you are a piece of shit. Please make that make sense. Make that make sense. They said no. Like they are fighting back, but they're not. It's just like that article said that men have checked out. Men no longer see women as the prize. They're not interested. They don't see anything that's in it for them. Listen, I'm going to give you guys a very basic lesson about relationships. You are not going to extract the best from a person and not expect to give something in return. You are going to have to give them some reason, show what's in it for them. I'm not saying you got to get back into the kitchen. Y'all are so angry you can't even hear. You can't hear what I'm saying. Please take off the filter, the lefty filters, the conservative filters, whatever filters you got on, and listen to what I am saying to you. Okay? You got to give them, just like women, both women and men. You got to say, what's in it for me? And it can't just be, and I'm going to be an asshole, and I'm going to turn on TikTok and say that I live in this beautiful, gorgeous house, which I do, but I don't even do anything. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't you do your own laundry. And you guys are like, yeah. Why though? Because I don't know. Listen, I'm a hybrid, right? I'm all about working and developing your skills and all this other stuff. But I really kind of like not having to be like beholden to a corporation. Like, I really like it. I really like that I don't have to get up and go. I love it that I don't have to work. I do. And I really like men. And I like to cook. And I like to garden. You should see you did see my garden if you saw my video. I like to do all of this stuff. And I am, damn it, it's like, I'm no longer ashamed to say that I like doing girly things and that I like to make my man happy because he's good to me and I love him and he's great. And as like I pour into him, he pours into me. I mean, we're all happy. We're all happy. But do you? I got to the point where it's like, dang, I feel like I can't even say this anymore without being called a pick-me or something. But it's literally what I've been saying the whole time, y'all. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. How am I different? How has my message changed? I have always liked the men. I have always liked the men. And it's all of a sudden become pick-me behavior. So, to answer the question, did we get the business clear? Do you guys have any questions? Did I make myself clear? I think I was pretty thorough, actually. I do. I mean, there are some other things that I could say. Hey, you guys. Any boy, watch your stream, got that? I love skinny girls. Anyway, I guess you do like skinny girls. You even have it in your name. Men are not willing to change for the better. How about that, men? Are you willing to give a little? Because y'all both are not going to get what you want. But here's the alternative that I will say. If you guys are determined to hate each other, I will just say this. I'm about to be 52 in 3 days. I think I look pretty good. I have no filters on this camera. I have on mascara. I'm gonna be 52. I could be your mama. But you start thinking about stuff like what, if I'm building all these walls and I'm like, I'm me, I'm doing me, moo, ma. But when you get to be 52, what are you gonna say? What I will hope for you is that if you are going to do it alone, and men, this is for you especially, your life will depend on it. Make sure you have friends who are willing to sacrifice for you, that love you so much that they are willing to take time off of work and nurse you back to health if you get sick. Somebody who is willing to give you money and all the time in the world to pay them back if you are in need. To give you comfort and companionship when you are no longer spinning the block. Make sure you have friends. Make sure you got some safety net. Put double in your 401k. Please look out for yourself. Please don't let it be. Listen, you could have a great salary. A lot of women do, but the average price of a home is over $400,000. Most millennials and no Gen Zs, not really, can afford a house. The average age of a second home purchase is like 56. I forgot what it was for the first home purchase, but it's well into like the 30s, maybe even be 40, right? So everything is going up and everything is getting more and more expensive. We are paying $10 for eggs, for Christ's sake. Make sure you prepare. Take some time off of hating men on the internet, and men, take some time off from hating women on the internet, and make sure you've got your elder care in order. Make sure you've assigned heirs. You know, if you're going to not have kids and you're going to do this alone, if you have family, please do that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an oil heiress. I know you don't believe me, but it's true. But here's the problem. So my grandfather bought some property, and it was just a little patch of land in Texas, 27 acres, and he bought it for timberland. And me and my family have been paying the property taxes for 20 years, since the last son died. So my grandfather, who was a sharecropper, bought this land for timber so that it would accumulate for the family, and when he died, it would be passed from the son to the son to the son to the son. So nobody was paying attention to this timber, but my brother, who's still paying the property taxes, because we don't want to be that Black family, right? We don't want to be that Black family. Got a call from the oil people, you guys. The oil people, they said, yes, we are developing a project on your land. Who owns the property? Who has the deed? Nobody has the will. Nobody has the deed. There wasn't one. But you know how the state of Texas works with oil in the ground. Okay. Also, maybe some lithium, right? We have so many cousins. It is every descendant. And my grandpa, bless his prolific heart, he had 15 kids. And it goes to everybody. By the time we get anything, like we might be able to get like, I don't know. They were just saying like, it's not a lot, because it's like some mineral rights. So it's not like, it's not just the oil, but it's like the mineral rights. And so it's just a little portion of mineral rights. So I don't know, it could be like a couple grand a month or something like that. Maybe a couple grand a month. It's like, oh, it's not a fortune, but it's, something. And by the time they go through, I forgot, what is it called? Is it secession? The secession laws that they have in Texas, every descendant has a right to the oil. So please get yourself a will, a trust, or something. If you end up liking anybody and you want to leave something to somebody, please have a will or an irrevocable trust or something like that. Yes, we would have to do that. We would have to do that. But do you guys realize, do you know how many kids country Black folks used to have? Do you know how many cousins I have? Do you know how long my grandfather has been dead? We have descendants from here to Texas. None of us gonna get anything unless we sort this out. But shout outs to my grandpa who bought some land, and they were like, there's some oil under here. Oh God, y'all was so excited until I found this out. So you need to prepare. You need to prepare for the world that you have chosen for yourself. Make sure you have your friend circle. Make sure you have your circle of support. Make sure you have protection, lethal protection. Make sure you got all that straight, because trust me, you are going to need it. Just keep living. Keep living. You will, I promise you, what you think right now, I know you think you're going to always think it. I promise you, you won't. I promise you. So with that, have we got the business clear? Am I a radical right-wing fanatic or just a normal person? Can we all agree? I mean, okay, maybe I'm not a normal person, but I am not radically right wing. I am not MAGA. I feel like my little bit of differences should not be the reason why people feel such deep betrayal by me. That's weird. That's taking things to the extreme. And again, be mindful that women are susceptible to social contagion, as all of us. And in friend groups, once you deviate from the friend group, they will often see it as a betrayal. You might find yourself out. And nowadays, your friendships are going to be more important to you than ever. It's going to be heartbreaking to lose friends when they're going to be what you have, that they're going to be the people who fill that space for you. Think how painful it will be if they ever cut you off because you thought differently, because you evolved, and now you're trapped. You are trapped because, kind of like how I felt trapped. Like, even though what I thought was normal, like saying this stuff is normal, right? Everybody else is weird. Like, everybody else is hysterical. What I'm saying was normal 5 minutes ago. You are not going to gaslight me and say what I'm saying is crazy. Yeah, this is not that. I'm very happy. Steven, I love you so much. For those of you who are on, we do have a channel. It's called Boomers and Xers. I'll put a link in the description box. If you guys want to subscribe, I'm trying to get to 500 because like I want to. It's like it's like a little game, because it's like just like a channel. It's Boomers and Xers. I'm Xer and he's a boomer. He's like a gorgeous boomer. I mean, and I don't know. He's like a, what do you call a boomer that's like right on Gen X? A Bexer. He's a Bexer. And he's a great guy. And we started a channel and we are talking about absolutely nothing related to what I'm talking to you about right now. It is, but it's not this intimate. It's not, we're this that's more for something else. So I'll put the link in if you guys want to subscribe. That would be really great. And that's really all the favor that I would ask of you. I would also ask for a favor to those of you who are engaging in relational aggression, who are planning some sort of arsenal and army to try to stop me from doing what I don't know. I would ask you to kindly refrain from your bullying. Like, that would be really great if we could all just mind our own business and stay in our corners and just leave each other alone. That would be really nice. That would be great. Like, I would be gold star. All right, guys, I gotta go. Oh, you guys want the link? Hold on. Wait, let me switch account. Oh, we got some, oh my God, we are so close. Come on, let's see if we get over 500, because that would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. That would make me so happy today. That would make me super happy. It's right there. So, all right, guys. A Zoomer. That's right. Zoomer. That's it. All right, guys. This has been fun. I'm fine. I am in full control of my faculties. I still talk too much, and I'm still funny.